one with the whole universal power, one with heaven. That is what Jesus say, the kingdom of God within. We can learn to step back in there anytime and step out of the body anytime. Immediately, you can learn this tonight. And you practice. The more you practice, the more easier it becomes. Everything has a solution. Everything has a way. There are the way to do things in this world. We learn it with the teacher, with friends. There are the way to do things in heaven. We learn it also with teacher, with friends. It's just because we have not learned doesn't mean we cannot do it. Everything we learn, we can do. Especially the thing about heaven, we already know. So it's even easier than any of the physical things that we learn in this world. To learn driving is difficult. To learn even to eat as a kid is difficult. But to learn to go back to heaven is not. Because from there, we already know everything about heaven before we came here. Otherwise, where do you think we came from? If we didn't come from heaven, where do you think we came from? Before we have this physical body, where have we been? Where were we? And who is the we? Who is the we that come into this physical body? And who is the we that left the physical body? That is the real self. That is the oneness with God. That is the essence of our being. And that essence of our being can always leave this body and come back again, anytime. And this is the art, the real living art, the true things that we have forgotten. And that's why we suffer. We have so much pain, frustration, and sorrow. And sometimes we do some things that against our good judgment because we forget our great self. We're just thinking about food, about job, about problems. We forget that we are great. We're so great that all this problem, all this poverty, all this struggling is nothing at all to us. Once we regain our glory, regain our power again, nothing does matter to us anymore in this physical planet. Even though we still continue to work, it's just child's play to us because we know we are great. If the king remember that he is a king, anything else matter to him anymore? No, right? If the king has forgotten he's a king or he has been in exile too long, he's been used to with hardship. But once he remember, once he regain his throne again, anything else will matter to him? Not at all. This is a secret of a happy life, now and after. And I'm going to impart it to you. Because God has told me that I have to do this job. There's so many jobs you already do. This job nobody do. He said there's a vacancy. Every other job is already occupied. This job is vacant. He say, okay, I can do that. And you too also can do this job because we are the same. Just you have forgotten to step in and step out of the kingdom within yourself. I'm going to show you tonight. It's very easy. If you want to, you have time, we stay behind and do this job together. And as you learn to know more and more of the kingdom of God, you'll be more and more happy, wiser and wiser, more loving than the Philippine people already are. You cannot imagine anyone could be more loving than the Philippine people, can you? But can. After you become one with God again, you remember yourself again. You be loved without loving. You give without knowing. You be compassionate without thinking that you are even compassionate. Because God will do everything. We remember God, and God will do everything. And the ego will go, the mind will die. Only God takes charge of everything in our daily life. Every activity, every thought, every word that we've spoken will be just from heaven. And that's how we become one with heaven again. And that's the purpose for us to come here. Stepping back to the kingdom of God, which is as easy as I take this candy from this basket. Because you have it already. It's you inside. I'm not going to give you anything. I'm just going to remind you where to find your forgotten good. That's it. So no need to call me master this and that. These are very kind of people, whoever call me whatever. But we are just brothers and sisters. We are all the same. That's what I know, and that's what you will know. Thank you very much for your patience.
We have the first question.
Yes,
ready.
yes, read it, please.
How can I conquer all the triumphs in my life now that I am a Muslim?
Because he's a Muslim,
Yes.
the only way to conquer anything in this world or the next is to be yourself, to be your original self, to know the God within yourself again. That's the only answer. Once God takes charge, once God awakens within you, everything else will be taken care of. Seek you first the kingdom of God, and all the things shall be added unto you. That's what it really means. We have only one God, brother and sister, only one God. You name him Christian God, Muslim God, Buddhist God, I don't care. We have only one Father, okay? One.
Another question. They wanted to know what is meditation and how can we meditate and to whom do we meditate?
To your God self inside. Meditate is a form of the deepest prayer. The prayer that is done in the closet, that nobody even know that you're praying. It's just like you're praying, but very deeply, very quietly, and then we contact God within ourselves. And every question will be answered.
Okay, there's another one here. Someone wanted for you to expound. What is the difference between coming in and coming out from the physical to the spiritual body?
Oh, they're two different worlds. Coming out, we see this world. We see everything that is in this physical world. Coming in, we see heaven and whatever that is in heaven. How much of heaven depends on how much concentration. So because some people have more difficult to concentrate than another. Some people are poor, very pure in the heart and very simple like a child. So when he closes his eyes, he see great light, he see heaven right away. He see Jesus. He might see Buddha, Muhammad, whom the past master. But some people have more difficulty to contact higher dimension, higher beings. But takes after a while, you all can. Just some people take longer, some people take shorter. But the time when you do it today, you can see it right away, because I will help you.
Okay, another one from Vanya. She wanted to practice and try the method of meditation, but first she wanted to know if it is necessary that she be initiated first by a master before she can benefit from the method of meditation.
I have just shown you how to meditate. Right here is open. But if you want to know more detail, you let my people know, and we call you later, and I explain more.
With all the details.
Yes, that is the so-called initiation. Actually, God initiates you. I am just giving you some advice or some help when at the beginning, when you have some question, how to sit, how to quiet the mind, how long should I sit, what time should I sit, and where. For example, those small tribal things. The initiation comes from God in silence, absolute silence, just between you and Him. But we need a little time and a quiet place. We have some quiet room here, and you please let us know your name. I will show you after this. Cost nothing now, cost nothing between, cost nothing ever. Because it's from God, just a gift from God. From yourself to yourself. You don't ever need to oblige anything to me or to anyone.
How do we cope with the pain that we feel, or when we feel so down and hopeless?
Yes, awaken the God within us, and you have no more fear of pain or sorrow of any kind, because God is the all healer. God is the all comforter. We have to return to God in order to feel good.
Why are you a vegetarian? Do you consider it a health perspective or in a spiritual way?
Oh, vegetarian is a
Yes.
way of a compassionate way of life, that we respect and love all beings equally. Vegetable, if we cut one branch, it grows 3 more branches. Okay. But if we cut one head of the pig, he never grow another 3 heads. So all beings, they are afraid of dying. and we don't want to cause them suffering, hence the vegetarian diet.